Alright everyone, we're here on to the 7th circle of the Inferno, which is home to the violence. So violence is the circle. And obviously that red water does not look very good. And of course, as it's called, the Phlegethon, the river of boiling blood. Because this is, as Virgil put it, this realm is split into 3 categories. Violence against others, violence against self, and violence against the divine against God. And this is the first part, so this is violence towards others. And Virgil, we talked to him, we'll mention about it, and he does state that this, basically, the boiling blood is supposed to represent, like, all the murders, all the people that you have killed.
Wounds and death are
Yeah, just
one's neighbors.
You're here and you're set into being in the boiling blood.
Murder and plunder.
Yeah, so
every soul who wrongfully smites another.
Yeah, whoever spites it or kills someone is going to be here in the boiling blood. So I think it's a fitting punishment in my opinion, but it's
aptly punished in a boiling blood.
Yeah, boiling blood. That's gotta hurt, but it's just wow, really. It's not pretty. Not pretty at all. And obviously we got some centaurs here, and they're kind of like the overseers of this part of the realm. So they're very they're doing their job even though they're statues. Now here is a third and final form of the demons, and this is the top dog of all of them. This is the archdemon. Now obviously they have wings, they have little swords, and they're pretty destructive. Now, according to the game guide, and you can look this up in the game guide information for the enemies, and they say that this is actually the ones that are supposed to be the top choir, the top fallen angels. So obviously they are pretty strong, however they are quite vulnerable, and actually there is a method you can do to make them stay out of the air, which is you weaken them down enough, you see the R2, and you basically cut off their wings, and they are now grounded, and they can basically just cause havoc. Now here, obviously you see the fire that goes across that thing, and you do not want to be caught in that. You do, you're going to get some burnt pretty much, and it's just not going to be ain't gonna be comfortable. So let the fire actually be your hopefully. Now here I accidentally ran into it, so that was my fault, and obviously by blasting them with my cross, which weakens them and it falls them into the boiling blood, so it's pretty good. Now if you jump down from that little opening there, you can go to a soul fountain. So it might have a juice coin in there, so keep that in mind. Of course, if you jump down, you can just basically hop over onto the other side here, and you're in good shape. And that's why I just went back up here, just so I could show it to you guys. So yeah, I go, there it is, it's over there. You jump down. But yep, so there it is. There's the soul fountain, and there might maybe something else there, but I doubt it. Now, violence, Virgil kind of just literally put it there, be in terms of yeah, your violence against others, you can be sending to boiling blood. Now this area right here, I wait until obviously the platforms go up a little bit, go hop over, wait for this one to get a little bit higher, jump over relatively quickly, and get over, because obviously if you get in the boiling blood, you are pretty much effed.
What is
that's what
this?
No.
Your friend
And
Dante.
yeah, you're my best friend. Yeah, right in the world, you loser. You took my girl. Well, would have been my wife, if I was being very Dante point of view. Now, this next part is the second part, which is quite horrible, and I literally mean it is a very quite horrible place. And Virgil will mention it, but it is yeah, here we go. It's called the Woods of the Suicides. And the Christian belief is those who kill themselves, commit suicide, it's basically an ultimate sin to the body and the soul. So obviously by committing that horrendous attack, this horrible deed, basically, you're here.
And you will see things
so
that make my words
obviously
incredible.
Committing suicide, it's not a good thing. Now, in a episode of Paranormal States, it's called The Return, they actually talk about how a demon I literally persuaded someone to commit suicide and basically gain control over their soul, and it was just horrible. Now, obviously, you see these things coming down. They basically, if you get caught in them, you will be forever. Well, not forever, but it'll make you want to commit suicide. So by damaging those little kind of parts of the body, basically cut them off. Basically prevent them from making you commit the suicide thing. And it's what happens is it's going to force you to use your Beatrice's cross to basically stab yourself in the heart and kill yourself. And most times you're not going to be able to repel it, because there's press circle and to repel it. It's just tough. And so obviously, you want to take care of them. Of course, here we go. Here's another heretic, and you're trying to protect these guys. Now, if you attack these particular trees, as you can tell, they kind of scream and they kind of summon more creatures to the field. So be careful when attacking. So, but if you play your talks just right, then you're going to be, you don't have to deal with them. The fire goes away, you can proceed forward, and you're all set. But suicide, honestly, it's like Virgil says, whoever really has to commit suicide is just horrible. It just, hold on, boys. I'm not listening to you, dude. I'm not listening to you. You're not worth my time. And literally, he's not worth it. And here we got another soul that needs to be repented or punished. It's like, oh, you were this one? Yeah, I'm gonna resolve you. Why not? You're not being a good advisor, but who cares? So,
find peace.
Yeah, I was like Virgil says, or Dante should say, find peace. Now, this part is a little classic platforming, if you want to put it that way. And it is platforming. But you gotta take that block there that you see that glowing emblem is, and it's going to be, you need to push it across this area. And obviously, the flagellant's kind of going through here a little bit, so get it. Get it. But here, when you come to this muddy slide, you just push and then charge your attack, throw up. Once it gets about 3/4 of the way, jump up, and you're in business, and you get up here. And just keep tagging those things until it stops, that fruit starts glowing on your body, and you'll be in good shape. Around here. And we come to this little, I like to call it Battle Royale location for this particular sin, and it's just horrible. And obviously, here, as you saw I was doing, I was just tagging that tree. By tagging that tree, I'm preventing it from basically trapping me to commit a suicide, and that is just not going to be fun by any means. Really by any means. So, and obviously we got some throwing demons that can basically keep them up. Just play smart, and that's the best thing you can do here is just basically keep tagging, use your magic moves wisely, and you're in practically good shape. And also your crossbows are quite effective, obviously we can figure out minions, I take care of them. And here I'm actually using Sins of the Father to deal with the moon. And of course I'm on the level 3 version, so I can attack with multiple blades. It's quite useful, however I did waste a good number of my mana, so that's not good. But of course one of my relics basically the punches like I mentioned before, so just deal with it. Wait for this thing to come back down, because we may have some more enemies. He seems to be like a cypher though. I just basically tap, and proceed forward, and... Oh, cutscene! Oh, this is... Yeah, this is kind of what happens, and obviously, as Dante says, yeah, that's his mother. So, it's kind of horrible. Of course, how Virgil, this says it, here it's like, they die, they come here from when the sun's down here, and then they basically turn themselves into a sapling, and then they uproot and become a tree, and every time, and basically that's their punishment. And of course, that means any means of suicide. So, I think in today's world, like I said, with the whole suicide things, it's always looked upon very negatively across any religions, any culture, and it just looks horrible. And of course, it's kind of funny how Dante's father goes like, "Oh, she died with a fever. Just her will was not strong enough to beat it. Blah 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 blah." Yeah, you line SOB as well. You were down in the Inferno as a cursed soul, and of course, yeah, I saved you, right? So, yeah, obviously, she hung herself because, oh, she will explain it in the, you know, you have to feel sorry for her at the same time frame.
I despised your father's
You
cruelty,
know, she's right.
but I was too weak to defy him.
You know, well, of course, she says I do what define because that was back in the. You think about it, back in the time frame. You know, if you stood up to a man and you're a woman, that was horrible because
The fault is mine.
you weren't there. You know, equal rights and all that stuff.
To protect you.
So,
Can you forgive me?
and of course, she's like pleading, and of course, this is when Lily until Dante's basically having a moment, just going, I should have just stayed home. I should have protected Beatrice. I just should have just done that. She had married her and lived my life out happily, and this would never ever happen. I would never have taken up the Crusades, and you know, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. However, you know, sometimes it's better off to face difficulties in order to become an, of course. Obviously, Isolde and her frees her of this pain, and she's now, you know, quite. You know, she can be a benefit to you in terms of being power, you know, gaining you more powers or something. But when you dissolve her, you do get the magic known as the Suicide Fruit, and the Suicide Fruit basically is it stuns kind of and does some damage to your enemies, and it is quite beneficial to someone. But I really have never seen no really need behind it. It's just kind of like the Lust Storm ability after you beat Cleopatra and the Realm of Lust. I really see no need for it. However, definitely Sins of the Father, Righteous Path, Divine Armor, and Martyrdom, I believe they are some of the best moves to have because of, one, the range they have, the power they have. It feels like they're pretty balanced type and they're very useful. But however, you know, these Suicide Fruits and everything. So, pretty much that concludes Lust, or not Lust, but the Suicide and the Violent towards others part. And we're moving on to the next part, which is probably one of the toughest ones to deal with. So, see you on the next video, everyone.